Yeah, my name's Lawrence Hu. I'm a Bristol poet, co-founder and director of Cargo. I was born in Birmingham, but I grew up in Bristol. I was going to 30. I had my firstborn son, and I think that's why I started to reflect on my life and the journey that I've been on. What was my contribution going to be, and am I going to? How can I be an example to my children? They're something that they could aspire to. So things like prostitution, drugs, and crime was still very prevalent in my community. And I'd noticed that the community of St. Paul's was slowly starting to change. And the problems that were there were now moving to Easton. And one of my sons, my oldest son, was at Mill Pond Primary School. And a lot of the problems that were here in St. Paul's started settling there. And that's when I started looking at how can I bring this to the attention. And the cover of the book actually shows a prostitute being sold crack cocaine directly underneath a primary school sign. But so in the background it says the school, so this was Mill Pond Primary School. And what even the Somerset Police and the council thought was adequate provision for what was occurring was to actually put a sign up outside the school that said police warning, curb trawlers would be arrested. So instead of removing the issue from a place of learning for children, it's a primary school, they put a sign up there which in a sense, in one sense, the warning kind of was more a bit like a light to illuminate what was going on there. Later on, a campaign that we started running from about 2004-05, was to do with a bail hostel in St. Paul's on Brigstock Road. It was Brigstock Road Bail Hostel, which the back wall of the hostel, which was just a single brick wall, was also the back wall to Cumber Community Centre, but also the Cumber Nursery, Jamoki Nursery. Now, housed in the bail hostel, which went up 4 stories, were some of the country's most dangerous paedophiles. And they were housed in a building that overlooked a children's playground. Now, some of the people that were housed there were on an order that was called a sex offenders prevention order. So it's like an ASPA, but for sex offenders. And it say on the document that this individual should not be residing in close proximity to where children reside or where children play. They're not allowed to go near parks. They're not allowed to be here there. But they were actually being housed in the building. By being housed there, they are breaking the conditions of the order that was given to them by the courts. So we had run a campaign. We did peaceful protests on the streets with banners because we knew that if we made any noise of that, they would prosecute us. When I was doing the work, I actually had the police come to my house, knock on my door, and tell me, Lawrence, if anything occurs or if anything happens to the hostel or anybody in the hostel, we'll be looking to charge you. There's threats around all your spaces, but there's certain places where you just believe a child should not feel threatened. And a place where a child should not feel threatened is a place of learning and a place of play. We need people to be made accountable for the failings that are continually happening. That's what we need, I think, and that's across the board. There is an incredible lack of accountability, and people who are put in the positions who are responsible for so many failings that seem to be able to just talk around it. So many misguided and divided down into minor figures, while outsiders snigger as they watch on TV thinking, to hell with these fools, with nothing to lose. They should have stayed in school instead of breaking the rules. But wait, we're not fools. We are the tools that are used to distract and confuse people's opinions on the news through pure distorted views. Push through the media to create hysteria. Oh my God, these people are so evil, don't let them near you, is the chat I hear. But let's be clear, how did we get here? With children raised in fear, locked in communities nobody wanted to go near. But now, people want to live here. I write a poetry, like I said, a lot of it is to educate and it's to inform. And I think it's to raise awareness of sometimes the hypocrisy of what we've been taught and of the system. And also to inspire people, especially young people, to what you can achieve and what you can be other than what you're often told you are. And I think that's what a lot of my work's about. It's about getting people to question and not just take on board or accept what you're given. And yes, make people think.